This is terrifying, guys.
It's just, what was that?
Going into the woods alone at night can be downright terrifying. But what if you stumble upon something or someone you'd rather not face? Tonight, we're uncovering 6 of the most spine-chilling encounters ever caught on camera. These stories will have you thinking twice before ever setting foot in the woods alone again. Let's jump straight into the first unsettling encounter. The first video tonight comes from Oreo Speedwagon RT, a US-based van life channel that typically documents relaxed camping, editing on the road, and quiet overnight stays, occasionally capturing unexpected moments in remote outdoor settings. It is December 15th, 2022, in southern Oklahoma, United States, within a remote woodland area.
Yeah, do not know what that, I don't know what that was.
The group are parked in a secluded wooded location, spending the evening editing footage and unwinding beside the van. The forest around them is unusually quiet, with limited ambient noise. From time to time, distant sounds carry through the trees, catching their attention. To rule out nearby activity, they briefly send up a drone, which shows no people, vehicles, or structures in the immediate area. Despite this, the unfamiliar sounds continue intermittently, creating uncertainty about their source. A sudden, sharp noise echoes through the woods. The group pauses and listens, attempting to determine direction and distance.
What was that? What was that?
Another sound follows from a different area of the forest. With the noises coming from multiple directions, they become more attentive to their surroundings.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No.
Nope. Here, move.
Louder calls can be heard carrying through the trees. The group prepares a spotlight and slowly scans the tree line, remaining inside the immediate campsite area while observing from a distance.
I swore what for all the world sounded like a little girl's voice coming from back over this way.
A high-pitched sound is heard from deeper in the woods. The group discusses possible explanations, including wildlife or sound distortion caused by terrain and dense forest cover. With no nearby houses or visible activity, the moment stands out as difficult to immediately explain. Reflecting on the experience, the group note how quickly unfamiliar sounds can change the atmosphere of an otherwise calm camping night. The combination of isolation, darkness, and echoing forest acoustics made routine noises feel amplified and unsettling. The video ends without conclusions, highlighting how remote environments can play tricks on perception, especially after dark, even during an otherwise uneventful van life stay. Imagine this: no phone signal, no one around, just the forest, and something moving in the distance. Would you stay the night or sprint back to your car without looking back? The next video comes from Tatiana Gordeva, a bushcraft and hiking channel focused on wilderness living, remote hut stays, and immersive outdoor travel. The content documents real environmental challenges, wildlife awareness, and the realities of spending extended time in isolated forest regions. It is December 21st, 2025, in a remote forest location.
Да, изба, конечно. А вот это поработал медведь. Там медведь.
Что, значит?
8, да.
Ну и вот так вот бжик, спать. Ой. Ой.
After 24 hours of sustained heavy rainfall, the group arrives at a small forest hut intended for an overnight stay and ongoing maintenance work. Inside, the hut is partially flooded, with water covering the floor and dampness affecting nearly all equipment. Planned tasks, including stove work and organizing stored materials, become difficult due to the conditions. Outside, nearby paths have turned into flowing streams, and visibility drops as darkness sets in. With rain continuing and the environment saturated, the group adjusts their plans and prepare to remain inside the shelter.
Привет, изба!
Привет, изба.
О, потоп.
В чем конкретно потоп?
О,
Там даже которого я не ожидала. Прямо сильно.
да. Потоп, в избе потоп. Да. Что и стоило ожидать, учитывая, какие воды по дороге были.
While observing the area around the hut, clear signs of wildlife activity are visible nearby. Rocks, roots, and soil have been disturbed, indicating recent foraging by large animals. The group note the signs calmly, recognizing this as normal behavior in such a remote environment.
Да, изба, конечно, не вдохновляет на ночевку. Бедная печь. Просто очень много воды. Глубокой воды. Не маленькой воды. Ну, изба такая прикольная. Итак, хотели мы переночевать в этой избе, но вода... Не просто переночевать, хотели переночевать и завтра поработать. Тут Алина хотела печь доработать, что там еще поделать. Дел много в избе всегда. Вот, но вот мы сегодня принесли много всего нового для избы. Заброску такую сделали небольшую. Но, увы, просто...
From a safe distance, two bears are briefly seen, moving through the surrounding forest on opposite sides of the hut. The animals remain focused on their surroundings, rather than the shelter itself. The group stay inside, keeping noise and movement to a minimum, while allowing the wildlife to pass naturally through the area.
Печь не растопить и спать вот над водой в сырости, ну такое себе, конечно. Поэтому пойдем дальше, причем уже прилично поздно, времени уже прям очень прилично. Ой, ну придется идти. Мы предполагали, что будет вода, возможно вода, потому что мы шли по дороге и везде вода просто потоками. И сутки шел дождь, сильнейший ливень.
As activity shifts further away, the group continue low-impact tasks inside the hut, including preparing food and documenting forest mushrooms. Although the bears are no longer visible, the team remain aware of the environment and limit unnecessary movement. Throughout the night, boots and clothing are dried as best as possible, and a simple meal is prepared. By morning, fresh signs of wildlife activity can be seen nearby, confirming the area's regular use by animals. The group reflect on the importance of patience, respect, and situational awareness when staying in remote wilderness settings. The experience highlights how weather, terrain, and wildlife presence can shape bushcraft decisions, reinforcing the need to adapt calmly rather than push conditions beyond what is safe. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The next video comes from Real Investigation Paranormal, a UK-based channel focused on genuine, unscripted paranormal investigations. Their content relies on real-time reactions environmental awareness, and prolonged exposure to isolated locations, allowing tension to develop naturally, without staged moments. It is December 12th, 2025, in England, United Kingdom.
Is that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that? Literally just here, dark from where I'm pointing here to.
The investigation begins in dense woodland, under poor weather conditions, with strong wind and rain limiting visibility. As they enter the forest, the investigators immediately become alert to movement and unfamiliar sounds nearby. One describes hearing a faint, whisper-like noise, while another notices brief movement between trees. With visibility reduced and weather intensifying, the environment feels unpredictable before they have even progressed far into the woods.
Lights died already.
You are joking, why is the light dead?
I don't know.
That's not a good sign.
I could always put the power bank into it, but I don't know if we should have the power bank charging while it's on.
Probably not. Have we got enough light?
Yeah, you can see on the video still.
Have you?
Quite well, I'd say.
Let's have a look. So say hi, James.
Hi.
Yep, we're here, and let's go into these deep in woods.
Yeah, I'm just hoping we find something before it finds us.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
That would be terrifying.
And you're saying these things as I'm walking, and it's literally terrifying. So yeah.
Yeah, right now we're on a path. It's extremely windy and rainy.
And yeah,
Dark.
it's very windy and rainy for all of a sudden. If something comes running down here, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump into that field, that's what I'll do.
That's like the worst part to be in.
Actually, you're not wrong, because it's an open space.
Have we been to this part
No,
before?
we have never been here before, so this is why I don't know where I'm going.
Okay. Oh, lights died already.
You are joking, why? Is already a sign of activity. Hot was.
As they continue along unfamiliar paths, lighting equipment begins to flicker and cut out intermittently. The investigators pause repeatedly to check their gear, unsure whether the issues are caused by weather, battery drain, or interference. At the same time, surrounding sounds, wind, branches, and distant movement make it difficult to clearly identify what is happening around them.
For this kind of behaviour, to be fair.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
But already we're hearing and seeing a lot of stuff.
Is there anything wishing to make communications? I just saw a black shadow, you know, just here.
Seriously?
Literally just here, dark from where I'm pointing here to there. Oh, wait, I just heard like a distant cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from really far away kind of thing.
Yeah.
One investigator reports seeing a dark shape move briefly between trees. Moments later, a distant sound echoes through the woodland. The source cannot be identified, and they acknowledge it could be environmental or wildlife related. Even so, the combination of poor visibility and unfamiliar acoustics keeps them on edge.
And then he's gonna catch us. You hear that?
I did. That is like literally horrifying.
A sudden loud noise nearby causes both investigators to stop immediately. With rain and wind masking direction and distance, they struggle to pinpoint where the sound came from. The moment highlights how easily the woodland environment can distort perception at night.
Did you just?
Figure.
Oh, what?
Like a
Somebody stood there.
humanoid figure. in the
Hello,
field.
sir.
Approaching a more open area near restricted land, both investigators notice a tall, stationary shape in the distance. it remains visible only briefly before disappearing from view. Due to darkness, weather, and distance, they are unable to determine whether it was a person, structure, or visual illusion caused by lighting and terrain.
Somebody like stood in the fields, like you could see an outline of a humanoid figure. We tried to have a look further, but we couldn't see it again, but it was like pretty tall. I'd say it stood about 8.5, 9 foot tall, and that's pretty large. And maybe in a field you could have a scarecrow, but it didn't look like a scarecrow to me, I'll be honest. Well, not your conventional scarecrow.
Especially
so that is quite,
since it disappeared quite
rapid.
Quite fast.
Right, okay.
After leaving the wooded area, they discuss the sighting further, estimating the object's height based on surrounding reference points. They acknowledge that limited visibility and fatigue may have influenced perception, but agree the moment felt unusual and difficult to explain.
You will probably be able to hear it better on the camera.
Yeah, we will for sure. The bit that would kind of confuse me, I'm going to go this way, you know. The bit that, confused me a little bit was what that man was doing, going into that woods on his own. Like, it's almost as if he was rushing to get in there.
Additional low, distant sounds are heard as weather conditions worsen. Combined with repeated equipment issues and the isolated setting, the investigators decide to end the investigation early, prioritizing safety and clarity over continuing deeper into the area. Reflecting on the night, the investigators note how quickly conditions escalated due to weather, darkness, and unfamiliar terrain. Equipment malfunctions, ambiguous movement, and unexplained sounds all occurred within a short time, creating sustained tension. Whether the experiences were environmental, psychological, or something else entirely, the night reinforced the importance of situational awareness and knowing when to step back. The video ends without definitive answers, leaving the encounter unresolved. The woods are full of sounds, but it's footsteps that don't belong that truly rattle us. It's not creatures we fear most. It's the sudden, silent presence of another person, just watching. The next video comes from Haunted Finders, a UK-based paranormal investigation channel focused on immersive, real-time exploration of reportedly active woodland locations. Their investigations rely on environmental observation, night vision footage, and spirit communication tools, allowing moments to unfold naturally, without staged escalation. It is February 6th, 2023, in a remote woodland location in the United Kingdom.
That was a man's voice again.
So,
Listen,
did you hear that?
that was a man's voice again.
Oh, got EMF.
What? EMF as well.
Yeah, that was somebody who just walked up to us.
As the investigation begins, Tom and David enter the woodland after dark, with equipment already active. The forest is quiet but dense, limiting visibility and depth perception. Shortly after entering, they begin hearing sounds that are difficult to place. Light knocking noises, distant footsteps, and movement that does not clearly match either investigator's position. The unfamiliar acoustics of the woods immediately create uncertainty as they pause to listen and orient themselves.
Someone just said something.
I can hear that talking.
Yeah, someone's speaking.
Bloody hell.
I don't know if that's been capturing on the audio, but we've heard multiple voices now. I think one was over here. It sounded like a creepy man saying hello, then the EMF went mad. But there was another voice then. Do you see how there's that little pathway up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm pointing that lot. That little pathway there. That's where that came from then.
What path? There.
On the left hand side here.
Oh, I see that.
Walk up the sat path.
Let's go. Blimey. Let's touch my neck.
Hey,
Touch my neck. I ain't got a scarf on or anything.
there's no mark or anything.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like a burn. It was like, it was friendly.
If there's somebody that would like to come and say hello, my name's Tom.
My name's David.
Could you come and introduce yourself?
While standing still, a clear vocal sound is captured nearby. Both investigators react, noting that the sound appears closer than an echo would normally carry. At the same time, their EMF device registers a brief spike. They acknowledge that equipment reactions and audio anomalies can be influenced by environmental factors, but the timing causes them to remain alert.
Speak to us.
I'll get you.
I'll get you. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I'll get you. Why is that?
What do you want? What do you want from us?
You trying to scare us?
Are you just playing games?
I'll get you.
Are you just playing games?
I'll get you.
As they move further along the path, one investigator reports feeling a brief sensation on the back of his neck. He cannot identify a cause and immediately checks his surroundings. Additional indistinct vocal sounds are heard intermittently, making it difficult to determine direction or distance.
Yeah, David.
What was it like? I was
Like a
going-
misty figure,
Yeah.
and it went from left to right slowly across the path. There's a clump of 3 trees. There, look, that clump of trees, it
Yeah.
went from there across to the right. I saw somebody down here.
Watching.
It says watching. David,
What?
it's just said watching.
Yeah, I bet you are.
So you're watching us, are you? I saw it. It moved slowly from them trees there.
During a spirit communication session, a phrase is captured through the device that sounds confrontational in tone. The investigators do not draw conclusions, instead, noting how unclear and fragmented spirit box responses can be, particularly in wooded environments with interference.
What?
It sounded like a baby crying.
Yeah, I got it.
Look at the EMF.
Is this about where you was? Yeah.
It was here, yeah.
Are you still around us? Do them lights again. Touch my hand.
Did you hear the baby crying?
No.
That's what it sounded like.
Did it?
Yeah.
Where are you?
It walked over here, David. Like round this section here. It was round here. Who did I see down here? Who are you? Can you try and talk to us with your voice?
Little girl.
Little girl! What
You
did I
had-
just say?
Yeah.
I heard a baby crying as soon as I got down here.
You did.
That's crazy. As soon as I got down here, I heard a little girl, well, a little baby.
One investigator briefly notices a mist-like shape moving between trees ahead of them. The form is visible only for a moment before blending back into the darkness. Due to low light, movement, and environmental conditions, they are unable to determine whether it was mist, shadow, or a visual illusion.
This place.
Who's saying that? Don't you want to speak to us then?
This could be
Probably
possibly
somebody
someone
who's
protecting the
an
child.
elder. Yeah, an elder person.
Is there a reason that you want us out? What was that?
I'm listening to everything.
Did you hear that? He just said on the app, I'm listening to everything. I do not feel alone up here, and the fact it says I'm listening to everything has just creeped me out as well.
Later, softer sounds are heard, including tones that resemble distant voices. Through communication equipment, responses reference a younger presence. The contrast between earlier audio and these quieter sounds adds to the confusion rather than providing clarity.
And before I got a chance to finish, I heard what sounded like a girl doing
Additional words and phrases are captured through equipment, suggesting awareness of the investigator's presence. Whether coincidence, interpretation, or interference, the repeated responses and sustained tension lead the team to decide it is best to leave the area and regroup. Reflecting on the investigation, Tom and David note how quickly activities seemed to begin once they entered the woodland. Audio anomalies, brief equipment reactions, and visual uncertainty all occurred within a short period. After reviewing footage later, they discover that a section of full-spectrum recording ended unexpectedly, though no clear cause is identified. The experience leaves them with unanswered questions, reinforcing how easily perception, environment, and equipment can combine to create an unsettling night in isolated woodland settings. Some threats are obvious. Others drift silently through the dark, unnoticed until it's far too late. It's those shadowy, unseen forces that haunt us long after the sun comes up. The next video comes from Lost in Wonder, a van life and travel adventure channel documenting solo travel, stealth camping, cooking on the road, and real-world overnight experiences. The content focuses on planning, adaptability, and the realities of remaining discreet in public or semi-public spaces. It is December 22nd, 2025, near a Christmas tree farm and a secondary stealth camping spot overlooking the city. The vlogger begins a second attempt at overnight parking at a Christmas tree farm, with the goal of preparing a full 4-course Christmas dinner inside the van. As darkness sets in, cold wind moves through the area, and the vlogger focuses on tidying the space, checking ventilation, and securing window covers. Small external noises and nearby activity keep them attentive as they prepare, highlighting the careful balance required when parking discreetly. While checking exterior lighting conditions, a member of staff calls out, indicating that the area is closing for the night. The vlogger calmly acknowledges the situation and leaves without issue, later noting that remaining longer would likely have drawn attention.
You want to always have a backup plan.
So yeah, I'm not doing my Christmas dinner at a Christmas tree lot. That was pretty ambitious, I have to say, and this is my second time attempting. But we can still make a beautiful dinner. I have all my ingredients. We're gonna find another little stealth place to park and cook our feast. This is the new spot for the night. I have been here before and I have successfully slept here before, so hopefully it's going to work for tonight.
The vlogger relocates to a previously used overnight spot with a clear view of the city. During the drive, unsecured items shift inside the van, adding minor stress. Once parked, they quickly reorganize, reset window covers, and assess visibility from outside to ensure the vehicle blends into the surroundings.
But I think here we're pretty safe. Like I said, I've stayed here before. If I get busted while cooking, then yeah, I mean, it's a risk you're taking, right? All right, we are all settled in. I think we're good. Should I start cooking? Oh my gosh, I am starving, guys, because I was already supposed to have eaten. I can hear music. Oh my gosh, guys. Can a girl have some peace and quiet to cook her dinner? Anyways, what I was saying is that if you have like a good stove and proper pots and pans and a fridge, makes it so much easier for you to actually cook, and it makes it being on the road so much cheaper. If while you're on the road you're eating out all the time, that gets so expensive and so unhealthy as well. So if you have proper equipment for cooking, it's a game changer. So we've got some salami, some spreadable cheese, some Merlot cheese.
With the new location secured, cooking begins. The vlogger carefully prepares the meal while monitoring condensation, airflow, and internal sensors. Attention is divided between food preparation and maintaining a low profile, creating a steady, focused rhythm rather than overt tension.
Is at 7, 8, 9. Ooh, it's increasing. So I just heard a car pull in. I'm gonna check and see what it is. Okay, so I don't know if it's just people that are coming to have a look at the city lights, or I don't know, make out, or if it's somebody coming to tell me to move along. I don't mind having to move, it's just that I'm right in the middle of cooking. Okay, I don't know. They just parked, turned off the lights, got out of the car. They didn't bother me. I haven't heard a knock. So I think they're probably just by the cliffs, having a look at the view. Now we're gonna add a little bit of this cheese that I didn't use for the charcuterie. Now the pasta. Just kidding, never break spaghetti. Have to be patient until the pasta is soft enough that you can push the whole thing in the pot. Look at this. It's rising!
Nearby vehicles arrive, and voices can be heard in the distance. The vlogger pauses to observe and assess the situation, remaining inside the van and avoiding unnecessary movement. After a brief period, the activity passes without interaction, allowing cooking to resume. With the meal complete, the vlogger settles in for the night. Reflecting on the experience, they emphasize the importance of backup locations, timing, and remaining flexible when stealth camping. The episode highlights how everyday human activity, rather than danger, often dictates decisions in van life, reinforcing the value of preparation and situational awareness. Before the next clip, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The last video of the night comes from Sydney, a US-based solo van life and outdoor adventure creator, documenting hiking, car camping, scenic exploration, and honest, real-time travel experiences with reflective commentary. It is December 21st, 2025, in southern Vermont, United States.
In today's episode, I am exploring southern Vermont. I go hiking to one of Vermont's tallest waterfalls, and then I camp in some of the most beautiful mountains that I've seen on the East Coast, and I cook a dinner that was inspired by my best friend. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sydney, and I've been living and traveling the country in my Volvo XC90 since last April. This video is the second in my series exploring the Northeast, and I kick this one off at the campsite from the last episode.
Good morning, my friends. I'm at the same campsite that I was at the end of the last video, so if you want to see how I got here, go watch that one. But yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm about to straighten my hair because I have to take care of these crazy bangs. But I'm getting ready to go on a hike to a waterfall. Last night, though, I heard the strangest sounds I've heard in the woods to date.
Sydney opens the episode from a quiet campsite in southern Vermont as part of her solo journey across the Northeast. She explains that she has been living and traveling out of her Volvo XC90 and plans to hike to one of Vermont's tallest waterfalls before relocating to a new campsite. The surroundings are calm and scenic, with no immediate concerns, setting a peaceful baseline for the episode.
Borderline Bigfoot activity. I'll play it right now so you guys can listen to it. What in the world is that? But what? I know one of them for sure was an owl, but I don't know what the squawking is. Like, is it a full...
She then reflects on the previous night at the campsite, describing a series of unusual sounds she heard after dark. Sydney plays the audio for viewers, reacting in real time to loud calls and squawking noises echoing through the forest. She confidently identifies one sound as an owl, while admitting uncertainty about the source of the others. Rather than drawing conclusions, she notes how isolation, darkness, and unfamiliar wildlife can dramatically alter perception at night. The moment stands out as unsettling, not because of a clear threat, but because of how easily normal forest sounds can feel amplified when camping alone. Sydney treats the experience as a reminder of how different the outdoors can feel after dark, especially when traveling solo. The episode closes on a grounded note, balancing curiosity with rational reflection and reinforcing the unpredictability and quiet intensity of spending nights alone in unfamiliar wilderness settings. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these 6 spine-tingling encounters, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more chilling and terrifying videos. There's always another mystery waiting to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss what's next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.